just like that, we are back. What's up, baby? Yes, sir. The manual transmission. The, what is that, 100 miles per hour thing? Yeah, who wants to race? Who wants to race? All right, might be able to hear it too. Hold on. Let's go outside. Let's hear it. Yeah, she's growling. That dual exhaust one too. Let's go. Man, alright, about to pull off for a second, but yeah, I was really just upstairs watching oh gosh, about to stall. So I was upstairs kind of just like not messing around, but you know, just doing like one of those usual things where I'm just on YouTube, right? Watching some car videos, because that's usually what I do like a lot of times, but made me realize like, wait, I can just make one. Like, why am I watching it? And I mean, I have so many ideas, but one of the things I do want to talk about, at least right now, is you know, if you're ever thinking about getting a manual or automatic. So I wanted to give you like my experience and kind of maybe some advice, or you know, some helpful things that are going on, or you know what I'm trying to say. Fuck it. But so I'll probably make a story about like how I got it, but to be honest, I didn't know how to drive manual. I really didn't. You can go. Yeah, be nice out here. Listen to that. One of the reasons, okay? So right now I'm just trying to just go to one of my close lots, pull over, because sometimes it is a little hard to like think and drive at the same time. But let me just talk about one thing first. So it's gonna be split up probably into, let's just say 3 things, to keep it very simple and like quick. So 3 things why I bought a manual. Maybe I'll just talk now. I'm already on it, whatever. So number 1, when I was younger, I'm not gonna lie to you, so my mom used to have a stick, and it's actually like a PT Cruiser, but she would be flying, and I don't know, just hearing the engine rev at such a high rev and like controlling it. So like if you don't want to shift, or if you do want to shift, you just like control that. I don't know. Basically the sound of it was like, whoa. You can just make a car sound really strong, really not strong, you know what I'm trying to say. And that was something that I just found like really sexy about cars, like, and ever since then, you're kind of able to just tell like, oh, is that car stick, is it not, just by its sound. And you know, if someone engine brakes, blah blah blah. But you know, the reason why I really got one was because I wanted to learn, and I kind of knew how to, right? I would just be like you on YouTube. And in that point in my life, I was watching a ton of manual videos, like how to drive stick, you know, all that good stuff. And when I was doing that, I slowly started to pick up on things. Hold on. Let me just make this turn. Yeah, I slowly learned how to pick up on things, and when that was happening, you know, in my mind I was like, yeah, I know, I think I kind of want one in the future. But what really tipped it off was realizing that, oh my gosh, like I'm 24. I do love cars. I'm spending money on this car. So why would I miss out on an opportunity to like really make that experience just like so much better, you know what I mean? And I just feel like driving stick is just a whole nother connection. Let me actually pause right here. All right, perfect. So let me turn it off. Roll the window a little bit. So right now I'm just at like one of our parks. My battery's about to run out, so I didn't want to record the whole thing, right? But yeah, I just want to like let you guys know like why I chose a manual over an automatic. And you know, I really like fuck with both. You know, if you drive an automatic, that's cool. If you drive a manual, that's cool. But for me personally, like it was a really hard decision because, you know, one, I live in an area where it's like I live right outside of DC, so you can imagine the traffic. I basically, you know, I'm not gonna say I enjoy the traffic, but the traffic does hit hard sometimes, and when you're on an uphill, that shit is just really annoying. But yeah, I just want to be honest, and you know, there's not gonna be like any cuts or anything, but you know, when it comes to cars, that's something that I love. I don't know anything about like, you know, oh, this, I don't know, cylinder, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. You know, I know some of the stuff, you know, but the thing is that I know how to just appreciate a car. Especially when like someone has a nice one, I'll be like, dang, like that one's fresh, or you know, I'll just ask questions about it. But you know, that's just me. So I'm hoping that some of you guys are watching this are maybe like me in that sense, where like you like cars but you don't know all too much. But yeah, let's just get down to it, man. So really the number one reason why I got a manual was because one is just a Jeep, and I kind of had this picture where, you know, I looked in the future, like every car that I was looking at the time, and I was like, okay, would I want it to stay like that the whole time? And I had in mind like, okay, you know, even though it would be my first car, regardless of what it was, whether it was a Jeep or I was looking at like a Dodge Challenger, a Mustang, right? I was looking at all sorts of things, but regardless of what it was, I was always looking into the future and be like, okay, if I peaked in that car today, you know, and I had, you know, let's just say the windows tinted, had like through another exhaust, I don't know, some other car stuff you might know. If I did all those things and it was a beautiful day, would I be like really fucking happy? And yeah, I would have. But then the next question would be like, okay, would I be peaking in an automatic or manual? And that's the thing that really got to me, because almost every single time I was like a manual, you know. If I, you know, was just driving and then it was a beautiful day, top down, let's just say for example, and I just downshifted, something about that really attracted me. And I knew that if I didn't do that now, I'm not gonna do it when I'm fucking like 30 or 40, you know. By that time, I don't know, who knows, I might be with like a family, I might have a family at the time, and when it comes down to it, you can't just be learning on a manual when you have a family, you know. That's a lot, you're dropping a lot of bread, so that just made no sense to me. So number one was just like really looking to the future, and just saying like, how do I picture myself peaking? And you know, on a beautiful day, you know, whether beautiful days, like I don't know if you like snow or sun or rain, I mean that's up to you, you know, I still fuck with you, but really depending on how you peak, how do you imagine that day, or how do you imagine driving that day? For me, it was just a manual. The second thing would be really, if I was ever presented the opportunity to drive a manual, you know, like there's like a Hellcat manual, there's a Corvette ZL1, I think, a manual. Basically, if there's any nice fucking car that someone is driving and you know, they kind of offered me to drive and I didn't know how to drive it, they would not hand me the keys. Let's be honest, like I'm not just gonna hand the keys to someone to, you know, take my car out for a spin. I might have to teach them on something, right? But probably not gonna get to second gear the first day, you know what I'm saying? So for me, it was like, okay, you know, I'll be learning right now, and since it's not technically like a beater car, but it would be a good car to learn manual on. So, you know, depending on what you're looking for, make sure that I think you just have to make sure the clutch isn't too heavy, or I don't really know, to be honest. Just make sure that you understand the repercussions of, you know, driving a manual in a really expensive car. But don't let that stop you. You know, for me, I thought this car is really expensive, and I'll just keep it honest, it's like close to 40,000, right? It's a lot of money, and I didn't want to break it because it's a lot of money. So I watched so many videos. I was basically practicing. There were days where like I felt like my shifts were just like perfect, like it almost felt like an automatic. So I just made sure to drive extra those days, and it really paid off. So that's two. The third thing, or the third reason why I got a manual was the first one was the experience. I'm sorry, I forgot. The first one was the experience. The second one was being offered like an opportunity to drive another one. The third reason, it's part of the experience, but it's so it's downshifting. And I understand some other cars do that now, where I know it's like an automatic. I think, I was with my boy the other day, or like a few months ago, and I think it was like a Volkswagen, one of the Jettas, or it was off the Jetta. I don't know, this is a sedan version. It was nice, and it had like this sport mode where like you could hear the car actually downshifting. So I'm assuming that more cars do that nowadays. But basically, being able to downshift an engine brake, something about that is just so rewarding. You get to feel the engine, right? And really, just to be honest, like everyone can hear you downshift. It kind of sounds a little aggressive at times if you like do it wrong, if you're like really OD with it, but like, oh, the sound of it is just so nice. And actually, this would be a perfect time to play the clip that I was downshifting. And you know, keep in mind I threw an exhaust on it. And I'll make another video of that actually, so you guys can just see that. But it's downshifting before a corner. It's downshifting before you want to pass someone. So it's like you have that immediate kick. Like it'll pull. You know, keep in mind it is a Jeep though, so it's not like I'm not gonna race you. I mean, I can. You know, we want to go 100 miles per hour. Like, you know, I got you. But it really just depends. Like, for you, one thing, if you're watching this, I would definitely put in mind and keep in mind that, you know, location does play a big part of it. And like I said, for me, I'm literally right outside of DC, where there's a lot of traffic, and if I decided to drive into work, it would be so long. Like I would just be shifting up, down, neutral, up, down. Yeah, people say it's tiring, but when I was learning, since I was basically learning, I was enjoying it, but also scared as fuck. Like I remember I was like on a hill. This was my first day actually. I was driving to work and there's traffic for no reason going to work, and I was on an incline, and I'm like, well, you know, this is the time I crash. This is the time my rollback is gonna roll back. Also, newer cars nowadays, they have a, what is it called? Like a hill detection thingy, where like if you're on a hill and you let off the clutch, or yeah, if you're on the hill and you let off the brake, it'll actually hold it there and like hold it for maybe like 2 seconds or something, so you don't like have that rollback. And you can always turn it on or off. I'll probably turn off mine soon, just because it's just a raw feeling, you know, like you're truly in a manual. But yeah, don't let that like deter you or anything, because like when it comes down to it, yes, if you're in a city it will be harder, but why are you even thinking of it in that way, you know? I think if you love the idea of getting a manual, yeah, go fuck it, like just go get it. I can tell you I'm happy right now, and you know, those days that are beautiful, like the weekends, or like right now where it's COVID, the roads are just open, right? And I'm enjoying the fuck out of it. I'm sorry if I'm cursing, but I really like, I enjoy it so much. So even if it were, you know, non-COVID, blah blah blah, I still do enjoy, I would enjoy the weekends, or I would take a little bit of drives after work, like past rush hour. But you know, when it comes down to it, it's up to you, right? I don't want to make this video too long. I just wanted to put that out there just because I know some people have thought and have gone back and forth between automatic and manual. And it was me. I was looking for an automatic, but also looking for a manual, and I really didn't know what to do. And then I saw a lot of money being put up front, and I was like, you know what, this is, I just wanted to do what I knew would make me happy in the future, and fuck it, I did it, and I'm so happy. I practically know how to drive it very well, and you know, that's really about it. So yeah, I hope this helps with your decision. I understand, like right now, people might not be buying cars, or they might. I'm not really sure how the market is doing, but I know, like, I don't know, it's like apparently a good time to buy like homes and cars because interest rates are low. So yeah, while they're low, actually here's a bonus thing. While they're low, and if you're actually considering buying, use that to your leverage, right? Negotiate a price even better, do your research, but also keep in mind that times are changing, and most likely people are just going to be teleworking more often. So with that in mind, you might have more time to just drive around without going into rush hour traffic, blah 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 blah. But yeah, keep that in mind. I hope you choose whatever makes you happy. Seriously, I'm gonna say it again, like, if you drive an automatic, I fuck with you. If you drive a manual, I fuck with you. If you like cars, I fuck with you. If you like my videos, I fuck with you, really. If you don't like my videos, I still fuck with you. And if you have any, like, what's it called? What's the word? Advice, recommendations, suggestions? Yeah, put that down below. But yeah, just trying to help you guys out. Other than that, we're out.